a certain amount of housekeeping we'll need to do. We sensibly left that from the end of the last exciting fight that you had. Given the time last time. Strictly speaking, leveling up happens when you have enough XP and then an extended rest. But if people want to agree that you'll be having an extended rest imminently, then we can do all the leveling up stuff now if you like. Pretty makes sense.
If we go in order, the first thing we should do is roll our saving throws, right, for our gear.
That is true.
Okay.
That is true. Let's do that.
So is it for the same saving throw for both the Omega Tech and for the Alpha Mutation? 11 or higher to keep it, correct?
No, it all works. There are various bits. I will run through my little checklist I've written. So, first up, Tazio, did Geiger use ammo more than once in fights?
Did she use what? Sorry?
Ammo. Did she shoot anything more than once when you were fighting the giant beetle last time?
I seem to recall that no, she only shot once, and for the rest she used radiation eyes and hand-to-hand.
Okay, that's fine then. So she's not out of ammo. The next thing, if you used your Omega Tech, you need to make a roll to see if you've used up all the charging in that. That's a roll of 10 or better to keep it. I believe Leica has already made a roll for her freeze rate. That's still working.
Okay, so for
anybody else use it?
For my force spike, I roll a 16, so I get to keep it.
Cool. Don't know if there's any other. I don't remember anything else being used, so that's all good. And that's all ready to use again in the next exciting encounter. We will come back to. You've got your XP, and we'll come back to other rewards in a moment. So
Alpha
you
mutations
then,
too, right?
Yeah, alpha mutations is the next thing. They all get replaced with something new. You get to draw from your own deck. Right. I got that rule wrong last time we did this. So the only time you don't have to do that is when it's the result of a alpha block.
Aha. Okay.
Okay, let me roll my dice and see what I get. So 12 was D8. I get accelerated reflexes.
Sounds useful.
I get explode! Exclamation.
Only one exclamation mark?
Yeah, I know. It's the little explode. Which is good because at level 1, my explosivity isn't actually very exciting. So I really haven't got much out of my explosiveness so far in play. Mm-hmm. So fortunately, this alpha mutation was sitting there for me to put 2 of them into my deck to remind everybody that explosive as well as seismic. So,
Helmer, you get to draw 2 cards and pick the one you like.
Yes, 2. Kinetic absorption. You absorb your forced attack to make yourself stronger.
Oh no. Oh, that looks like fun.
You regain all your hit points that you lost fighting a nasty beetle. You don't need to salvage any Omega Tech because I don't think anything has been discharged. So it just remains to consider whether you get any rewards in the form of Omega Tech or junk or anything like that.
I guess we churned up a fair amount of the river bottoms, so who knows what we find down there.
Well, I was going to say, Geiger, I believe you had all sorts of exciting things taught to you while you were being grown in a vat.
So I am told.
So I imagine this probably included all sorts of video imagery of the terrible things that had been done to the planets that would obviously lead up to being devastated and destroyed, including, for example, fish and giant sharks and stuff being cut open and all the rubbish coming out of the insides that they've swallowed.
Absolutely. And the video made it very clear that it was all the mutants' fault.
So, what I was going to say is the inside of predatory animals is obviously a good place to look for exciting bits and pieces. Perhaps someone would like to open up the beetle and have a look and see if there's anything in it.
Yes, true. I happen to have a very handy and sharp sword, which I'm going to use as a flint knife.
That sounds like it will work. As long as no one minds having, I believe we said it was purple ichor all over them. You can rummage around inside the beetle and you will find, let's say you all get another to draw an Omega Tech card.
Awesome. Let me do
some weird thing in there. I quite like the idea that sometimes this is just you find some random bits of junk, which Laker is just the right piece you need to get something you're working on working or fixed or working. But,
sorry, go ahead, Tasia.
No. It was just a comment. It's not necessary.
I only understood half of what you said, Ross.
Sorry, I am speaking too fast. I apologize. I was saying I quite like the idea, but it's up to you. That sometimes, yes, you find working bits of tech like this, but maybe sometimes you just find the right component or piece that you need to make something you're already trying to fix work and stuff like that. That felt like it was rather than just a complete random chance that you find things. Anyway.
How many pieces of Omega Tech am I to draw?
I would. Let's have one each, so 3.
Okay, so we find a laser whip. Nice. We find a photon grenade, which must be consumable for sure, and a cognition anchor. And now on to reading what these do. Oh, and I don't mind getting covered in the purple ichor because I'm dressed in yellow and the two colors are complementary, so that's perfect. So, the photon grenade is a consumable. It has the tag radiation. I don't know why. It targets creatures in a burst, and it does some damage. Plus, it does a lot of damage. 3d10 plus dexterity modifier plus twice your level in radiation damage. It's an area burst within 10 squares, so a nice one, I guess. Then the laser whip can be salvaged at level 4. It's a melee weapon with a radius of 5 squares. That's a long whip. And it does damage, laser damage, and knocks the target prone. And the cognition anchor basically does it's a ranged attack that is triggered by having dealt psychic damage to you, and it does a lot of psychic damage even if it misses.
Plus, I would like the grenade. Does anyone mind if I take the grenade?
I don't mind. So, Leica, I have some good equipment myself. I have my power armor, so I feel pretty gifted. If you have any preference between the laser whip and the cognition anchor, you choose. Each are pretty good, I think. The cognition anchor is a mottled ceramic ring which lashes back at enemies that make mental attacks against you. Oh, it's triggered by psychic damage, though.
I was about to say, if we have to deal with anybody called archivists, the chance that we may be taking some psychic damage is non-zero.
Yeah,
is my guess.
I may I may want that anchor.
Okay, so
because I am still squishy, by the way.
Absolutely.
Even 5 hit points more didn't make it so much better.
Well, it also has some effect on your defenses, you would like to know. So you want me to read it loud, or?
No, I have it on the screen.
Okay, perfect.
I
Then I'll
pulled up
take
the
the whip.
character sheets.
I'll take the whip, which I think is very appropriate to Geiger's.
I think these shuffled out to their rightful owners.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Right. So, having tidied all that up, the only other thing I should mention is that as you finished off the beetle, the tripod robots that were sort of standing downstream doing, I don't know, fishing or something like that, have all turned around and are giving you a round of metallic applause. About apparently they were impressed. So maybe they found, well, maybe you've done them a favour getting rid of the beetle, since it seems to have a taste for all sorts of exciting metallic components.
Seems to eat metal parts, that's for sure.
Right.
Well, I bow to the applause.
Do you want to hopefully final bit of housekeeping, gaining levels? So various things happen when you move up to second level. You all get 5 more hit points. You get to choose a critical hit benefit.
Yes.
You have 2 options determined by your 2 origins, and you can pick one of those 2, and you can get the other one when you get to level 6, if we were to do such as bizarre things keep playing that long.
I have chosen the exploding critical. So considering that I just rolled the explode for my alpha mutation, took the exploding critical, and just got that photon grenade, I think you can see where things are going in the next few minutes.
Uh-oh.
I do feel like we're having a team.
When you explode, that covers us all?
I am sad to say that none of the exploding mechanics permit choosing your targets.
Yay.
I have taken the critical for my engineered human origin, which was the better of the 2. Basically, when I hit the target with a critical attack, they grant combat advantage until the end of my next turn. The alternative for the radioactive power was to weaken them, but I think it's more versatile to let them give combat advantage. If you have any powers that give you something for having combat advantage, 1 time every 20, you will get it.
Hello again.
Yes, Ross, you are shifting devices. Your Omega Tech clearly has traded out.
Right. For reasons I don't know about, and it didn't warn me about, my computer decided to shut itself off and restart itself. So I am briefly, hopefully, speaking to you on a different device.
You are suddenly imprisoned. Your universe has narrowed. But
so I'll take the critical for doppelganger.
Oh.
Because it will give me double trouble as a free action. In case I ever roll a 20.
I was going to say, we're going to get very excited about 20s from now on.
Well, not exactly around us.
Just don't stand next to me. That particular explosion, for the critical, is just for if you're next to me.
Okay.
It's the grenade and the alpha mutation are a whole different story.
Right. We will sleep next to you. Do you even sleep?
Sure I do.
Okay.
I'm not inhuman, I'm just seismic.